Yay Networks.
Y'all, festival season is finally back in full swing. And I know that the last thing on so many people's mind is eating nutritiously at festivals, and I totally get it. But you're going to be really excited about what I'll be sharing with you of how we're making it easier than ever to layer in these nutritious options, these nourishing options that are also incredibly delicious at some of your favorite festivals. A quick note before we dive into today's podcast. If you like what you hear, I would love for you to subscribe to Fueled Wellness and Nutrition, wherever you download your podcast. It would also be incredible if you take a minute to rate and review this podcast. Those things do matter and they really help us. I'm Molly Kimball. Welcome to Fueled, a wellness and nutrition podcast. I'm a registered dietitian and nutrition journalist with a passion to help people live their strongest, healthiest life possible. In my weekly TV segments and columns, there's a limited amount of time and space to cover everything, but there's so much more to share. This podcast is my opportunity to dive deeper into the topics you want to know about. Y'all, festival season is here in full swing, and we are dedicating this entire episode of Fueled Wellness and Nutrition to enjoying getting out there and just really relishing in everything that festivals have to offer. Live music, seeing friends, seeing people we haven't seen in just so long, having this complete sensory experience that so many of us have been just craving throughout the entire pandemic. So the festivals, at least here in the greater New Orleans area, there's a festival for everything. And there's a festival really every weekend, and then multiple festivals every weekend. And then also during the week, it goes on. And I know it's like that in a lot of other towns as well. The two I'm going to be talking mostly about is French Quarter Fest and also Jazz Fest. Y'all, we have Eat Fit options identified for y'all at both of these. But first, I'm going to talk about just kind of navigating festivals in general, nutritiously. And so before I go any further, I'm going to say, I know, if you're even listening this far in, you still might be there's no chance. I have been waiting for the day that I can go back to French Quarter Fest or go to Jazz Fest and, experience these dishes from these vendors. I can't get them any other time of the year. I've missed them the past few years. That's hands down. I'm going to have these dishes that I just really enjoy. They bring you so much pleasure. If you've listened to this podcast before, you also probably know me well enough by now that 100% I feel the exact same way. It's sort of like holidays when, our grandmother or whoever, our family is preparing these dishes, that's the only time of the year we get these. Festivals are a lot the same way, especially festivals when it's just real quality food like these two that we're talking about. So if that's the case, I see it exactly the same way. I want to go. I want to enjoy those foods. For someone who's going to festivals like French Quarter Fest is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If for someone who's going and, they're going to go multiple days, Jazz Fest covers the span of 2 weekends and also a Thursday on the, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're going multiple days, it can really feel so much better to also fuel our bodies really well. So indulging or maybe splurging in those dishes that we crave, we've been looking forward to, and we know that they are so far from being nutritious, but they're really worth it to us. So go ahead and, yes, we may splurge in these or split it with a friend or however we kind of decide to navigate that. But if we're layering that in with other nutritious dishes and kind of having that base, that solid base of at least nutritious dishes. So we're not talking necessarily healthy festivals, or even we don't have to say nutritious festivals, because when you're putting that in there with festivals and live music, we know we're setting ourselves up for snarky comments, and that's not what this is about. So for me personally, if I'm going to Jazz Fest, I love the oyster patties. I love the crawfish bread. I love fried soft shell, anything. But then I also really love the grilled chicken dishes that are there, the jama jama spinach, at French Quarter Fest, there's, amazing shrimp ravagate, there's shrimp remoulades, there's Giacomo's has a delicious crab and artichoke citrus salad. There's these dishes that have these flavors that are still really incredible. So The way that I kind of navigate it is I personally still want to indulge in those favorites that I'm only going to have at those specific festivals or those specific times of the year. And then I'm also going to balance that in with these Eat Fit dishes. So what does that look like? With French Quarter Fest or Jazz Fest, because, I've worked so closely with those vendors just over the years, I kind of already know what they have. But it's a festival that I'm not that familiar with. Before I'm heading out to the festival, I'm going to go online. I'm going to see what do they have, what's available. I'm going to look and see what's something that really catches my eye. It's completely crave worthy. It's one of those kind of indulgences. If I can see something that looks like that and it's also nutritious, even better. But if it's also something that I can't stop thinking about since the last time I had it, then I'm going to have that. And I'm going to, maybe have it all to myself, or I might split it with Brad or split with a friend. But typically, just like anything, where, if there are dishes that are just like really calling out to you, they're centered on those lean proteins, veggies whenever possible, ideally not, stuffed or piled into, loads of noodles or bread or rice or something like that. So, how can we find something that's kind of, I don't usually like to use the word lighter fare, but actually when we're out at festivals and it's kind of hot, it actually kind of feels a little bit better to have that. So we won't get into what does healthy look like, because we talked about that a lot, nutritious. What does a nourishing dish look like? We've talked about that a lot before on the podcast. So we'll just kind of dive right into what's happening at French Quarter Fest, what's happening at Jazz Fest. So with French Quarter Fest, it's the coolest thing. They've been incredible collaborators with us, and we have Eat Fit options identified on the menu boards. So I've worked really closely with the festival vendors at French Quarter Fest to incorporate these dishes. A lot of times it was dishes they already had. They completely fit Eat Fit as is. A few others, they were like, oh, let's make this modification, or let's offer it both ways, with rice or without rice, or whatever that may be. And so at French Quarter Fest, you'll actually see the Eat Fit seal of approval on those menu boards. So if you're standing in line, you look up, you're looking at the menu board, you'll see that round orange Eat Fit seal, which is just makes it so easy. We also have a special build out section on the Eat Fit app. So the app is completely free for download. You'll see sliding graphics across the top for French Quarter Fest. One is going to link you to the full music lineup. The other is going to be a special section built out where we have the different sections, because the French Quarter Fest spans a huge footprint. So we have where the different areas are, the different food areas and different locations, and then which different vendors are offering Eat Fit in there, what the dishes are. And then when you click on the dish, you'll see the full nutrition facts of the dish. So if you're looking at, you'll see, if you're looking at your sodium or your protein, or you're looking, how much carbs you're having, any of that is also going to be on there. And so it can help if if someone has a need that they need to do this during this, or if you're just, you've really come a long way, or you've really been focused on this and you want to also still try to keep it in check during festival season. So you'll see when you download the app and you click on that, you'll click on the French Quarter Fest special build out section. That's going to be there. It's going to be live on the app all the way through Sunday night. So throughout the entire French Quarter Fest, that's going to live there. After Sunday night, it's going to switch over to Jazz Fest. So I'll cover Jazz Fest in a minute, but that Eat Fit hidden menu at Jazz Fest, they don't have the Eat Fit seals on menu boards coming up at Jazz Fest. If you're looking at the menu board, you're not going to be guided by the Eat Fit seal like you would be at French Quarter Fest. So the only way to know really what those dishes are that are Eat Fit approved at Jazz Fest is to check the app. And so right now we have French Quarter Fest as that main spotlight on there. That'll be there through Sunday night. Early Monday morning, I believe it's going to be Monday, April 25th. That's the Monday before Jazz Fest starts. We're going to switch it over and you'll be able to see that Jazz Fest hidden menu there. So I have got some of the vendors who are going to be helping me share with you what some of their dishes are, but we'll start by walking through what we've got our Eat Fit dishes at French Quarter Fest. For starters, we have an amazing shrimp remoulade by Galatoise, also a shrimp remoulade by Court of Two Sisters. There's actually two different fried chicken dishes, y'all, because fried chicken, if you're doing like the naked wings, what we've realized is that if something is not battered and deep fried, like fried chicken, Popeye's blackened fried chicken is a really great example. It's not battered, but it's still fried. And in the nutritional facts are essentially the same as grilled skinless chicken. So when we realized that, I actually had Popeye's Blackened Tenders lab tested because I thought that they were like making it up. You know, when they first came out years ago, I was like, there's no way the blackened chicken tenders are as low calorie and as low fat and saturated fat as they're saying they are because they're still deep fried. But because these foods are fried at such high temperature, you don't have the oil absorption. So you're not having a big load of oil, which means more fat, more calories in there. So something like the naked wings actually stunningly can still eat fit for this reason. So we have naked wing options at Weedats and also at my mama's house. And if you're looking at, well, where are these at French Quarter Fest? All of this again is at the app. So the shrimp remoulade by Galatoise, shrimp remoulade by Court of Two Sisters. We've got the naked wings with Weedats and then my mama's house. And then I'm going to have, like I said, some of the vendors help me share with you what their dishes are, starting with Theodric's Real Clever Cuisine.
Hi, this is Theodric Davis with Real Clever Cuisine. We're going to be in the Jack's Brewery lot, and we're collabing with Eat Fit. We're going to have 3 dishes, the Lamborghini fried rice with brown rice, the green tea gumbo, the Brussels sprouts, and the jerk. And you can pair that any way you want. Come out and see us. The food is really good. And let's eat fit at the festival. I can't wait to see you guys.
Theodric, you are underselling this just a bit because, you know, the matcha green tea gumbo, y'all, he is using matcha green tea instead of the traditional like gumbo filet. It is this beautiful, vivid color. It just gives like this flavor that's like, it's this essence of flavor that you don't even know what it is, but that secret ingredient, but it's not even secret because it's in the name, matcha green tea. The Brussels sprouts, if you go out there, you're going to see them. They're getting flamed. Every one of them is getting like flamed with like the little, you know, like the torch blower.
Right.
You are going above and beyond, just over the top. I think it's like way beyond what people think of as festival food.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to hug you when you eat it. I mean, it's almost like getting a hug on the inside.
So,
I really love it. I mean, it just feels good when you eat it.
Yeah,
it's a difference between a dead leaf and a leaf that's alive.
100%. Your passion too is like these just super pure, wholesome, clean ingredients, and so y'all, he's also so accommodating. So if you're like, but I'm vegan, or I need halal, or you know, I need to avoid gluten.
Kosher.
Any of these, kosher. Like Theodric can accommodate. So, all right. Well, we're going to be out there Thursday. I can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you. Make sure you come early so you can get something to eat.
It's true. All right. Talk soon.
All right. See you soon.
And Giacomo's Cafe.
All right. Hi, this is Jacques Leonardi from Giacomo's Restaurant. We are going to be at Jackson Square serving the Eat Fit crab salad.
I love it. I had somebody, Chef Jacques, the other day who said, Molly, I'm only going to French Quarter Fest for one day and I want to have my absolute favorites. And that's at Giacomo's. It's the crab and artichoke citrus salad. Like, I have to have that. I'm like, well, actually, it was one of our Eat Fit influencers. And she was almost apologetic that she might not be able to support it as much. I'm like, no, you are, because that is one of the Eat Fit dishes. And that's what's the beauty of it, is because it's something that's also someone's favorite and happens to be good for you. And it's also in our Eat Fit cookbook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's exciting.
Try the crab and artichoke citrus salad from Giacomo's Cafe. Are you going to be out there?
Yes, I'll be out there all 4 days. Yep.
Awesome. We will come and say hello. We'll be out there Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
Sweet.
That'll be great.
And two jogs.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Chef Gus Martin with T. Jack's Restaurant right off Decatur. And we're getting ready for French Quarter Fest. And we're going to have a little fun out there and make some people happy. So today we're going to be doing a shrimp ravagat on fried green tomato. It's going to be our Gulf shrimp. It's going to be tossed in a white ravagat sauce. Has a little bit of lemon and caper and a little bit of onion in there, and say aioli based. And we're going to toss that in with those Gulf shrimp, and just lay it over top some Southern style green tomatoes that we flash fry.
It's absolutely delicious. And I heard you say ravagot. I've always said ravagoat, but it's ravagot.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
there's a couple of different ways, you know.
yes.
Yeah, so
If you say it that way, I think I'm going to edit myself now.
yeah.
And also, like the great thing about the fried green tomatoes is they're not typically floured. It's cornmeal or corn flour. You said.
We're using the corn flour on it. We get the fried green tomatoes, and then we do a light dusting of the tomatoes with the corn flour. We also it has a little bit of crystal hot sauce on it as well, so just for our marinade. But it's a really light and a crisp flash fried. You know, and I think it's going to complement the shrimp, and I think people are going to really enjoy. I know they're going to enjoy it. So
It's delicious. And for us, we look at it as, okay, it's not the white processed flour, it's that whole corn flour, technically a whole grain, and then also naturally a gluten-free option for people. So it's something that, it's that indulgence that also has the layering end of being good for us also. And Chef, are you going to be out there this Thursday?
I'll be popping my head out there where I'm going to be sort of orchestrating. I'll be there, popping in and out. I'm orchestrating at Two Jacks. We have two booths. We have the Two Jacks, and then we have the Bauer, our sister restaurant. So I'm going to be basically making sure our production's done for that. But I will be sticking my head out there, a couple times a day.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for you. We'll be out there to check it out, get some photos for social. So I'll ask if you're going to be around anytime soon. All right. I hope to see you soon.
All right, Molly, I appreciate it.
And 14 parishes.
Hey, this is Lauren with 14 Parishes Jamaican Restaurant. We are at the French Quarter Fest this year at the Riverfront Coalmire Lawn. New location for us, first year. We also have our Eat It dish this year is the jerk chicken. Come and get it. How about that?
Perfect. Are you going to be out there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to be there Thursday afternoon. I'll stop and say hey.
Looking forward, but it's about to be crazy because, Snow Festival in the past 2 years, they can't wait to get out. The people, they can't wait to get out in the streets. It's going to be nuts.
And of course, there are Eat Fit beverages found just all across French Quarter Fest. There's iced coffee, there's iced tea, and then there's the bubbly Sea Breeze that is the Eat Fit cocktail of the fest. Again, reminder, on French Quarter Fest, it's huge. There's all these different areas. There's the Jack Slot, Jackson Square, the Riverfront, the U.S. Mint. And so when you download the app, we'll walk you through, here's all the different areas. Here's all the different areas of French Quarter Fest, Jack Slot, etc. And then within each of those, you'll see which vendors are there. You'll see which dishes they have that are Eat Fit. You'll see photos of the dishes. A lot of them we have photos already. As this podcast is actually dropping, we will be out there at the festival getting more photos of those dishes that we didn't already have. So you'll be able to see the photo of the dish, and then you'll see full nutrition facts of the dish. I'd like to take a minute to share about Caraway Home, our partner for this week's episode. Caraway Home's non-toxic cookware and bakeware collections are made with a ceramic coating. Every single one of them is also made without any toxic materials. And the ceramic coating means that the pans are naturally slick, so you don't really need much oil or butter at all. And there's really no need for any non-stick cooking spray. We love the Caraway Home cookware that we have. The pans heat up really quickly. They cook evenly, they cool down quickly, and they're also incredibly easy to clean. They come in a variety of colors, and even the color palette is elevated compared to traditional kitchenware. Visit carawayhome.com/fueled for 10% off. This deal is exclusively for y'all, our listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/fueled, or you can also use the code FUELED at checkout for 10% off. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. So looking ahead to Jazz Fest, the first Friday of Jazz Fest is Friday, April 29th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Thursday through Sunday of the following weekends. And like I said, it looks a little bit different. You're not going to see the visible Eat Fit seal on that menu board. But over the years, I have covered Jazz Fest for the newspaper for so many years. I got to know the vendors. I know the ins and outs of what these dishes are. there's actually a good bit of new vendors this year that, and I've worked with them in a lot of other capacities. Some of them are existing Eat Fit partners. A lot of them, the dishes they're bringing in, some were actually already Eat Fit as is, no edits needed. Just like as that dish stands, it's already Eat Fit approved. So it made it really easy for us. And so when we look at, okay, well, what's the deal with it? What's Eat Fit at Jazz Fest? There's, I'll walk through, same thing here. I have some of our vendors helping us out, but it's broken down into food areas. So there's food area 1, 2, then there's Congo Square, Heritage Square, Grandstand, and then there's some that are just all around the grounds. So for me, my first stop at Jazz Fest is always Congo Square at Benishan Restaurant. They have a jama jama, which is their sauteed spinach. It is a heaping pile of sauteed spinach. They also have their poulet fricassee, which is the chicken on a stick. The flavors of this, these kind of flavors that are layered into this is my absolute favorite. There's also so many others that fit so many different nutritional needs as well. And I love too that these are all, local vendors. And like I said, so many of them have been out there for so many years. There's so many that I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but just to kind of note, there's a vegetarian red bean dish by Burks and Douglas. And when you get that without rice, that's just immediately an Eat Fit dish. There's a new vendor out there, Smoke Street Catering.
Hi, my name's Patrick Young. My brother and I have Squeal Smoke Street Catering. We're Food Group 1, booth number 12. This year we're showcasing a new item, fried Brussels sprouts with the barbecue vinaigrette and crumbled feta cheese. It is a vegetarian option, a healthy option, and if we leave the cheese off, it's a vegan option. So we hope plenty of people will come out and try our new item.
Awesome, Patrick. And I love that. Also, a lot of people don't realize that if you're doing something like Brussels and they are flash fried, when they're not battered, people ask, well, what about fried? Can that be healthy? If you think about the oil that's there, it's really no different than if we're just sauteing something in a pan and it's fried at such high temperatures. There's not a lot that's soaked in. So it's actually a way to have this like really indulgent dish that can still be also good for you.
Right. And they're good.
And Carmo.
Hi, this is Dana Hahn from Carmo. We're out here at Jazz Fest, and we have a nice little menu for you with some fresh, healthy bites, but that doesn't mean they're less delicious than anything else. We have some goldfish tacos with the corn tortillas that we make ourselves. We also have some veggie tacos for our vegan friends out there. We are doing a black-eyed pea fritter from Brazil called acarajé that is stuffed with some wonderful paste made of cashew, peanut, chili, and coconut. You can get it with or without shrimp. And both versions are also gluten-free. Come out and see us.
Carmo is one of our longest Eat Fit partners. They actually have their restaurant is located in the Warehouse District on Julia Street. If you haven't been there, it's, the level of detail that Chef Dana puts into his dishes. If he can't find a pepper or an herb that he wants to use or doesn't have easy access to it, he's growing it himself. I mean, the level of the detail and the passion and the really just the perfection and the flavors that he wants to bring is just incredible. So if you haven't checked out Carmo in the Warehouse District, definitely go. And then there's Jamila's Cafe.
Hey, this is Jamila with Jamila's Cafe. We're going to be at the Jazz Fest after, of course, 2 years. We're excited to get back there. On our menu, we have the salad Tunisienne. It's really nice and refreshing.
And if you're in the mood for Vietnamese.
Hey, this is Thomas from Batman Vietnamese Cuisine out at Jazz Fest in Heritage Square. Come grab a cold, crisp Vietnamese salad bowl topped with grilled lemongrass beef or grilled chili garlic marinated shrimp. Come see us there.
And finally, if you're looking for a bit of a pick-me-up.
Hey, this is Jeff McCrory. I'm with Cool Brew Coffee. Come out and see us at the Jazz and Heritage Festival. We're going to be at Food Area 2, and we have delicious iced coffee. We have 2% milk and alternatives as almond milk and black coffee with no milk and alternative sweeteners if you like. It's a good, healthy alternative to all the booze and such.
Right.
Come out and see us. I really appreciate it.
Help keep you energized and somewhat hydrated. And the almond milk is unsweetened. And what kind of sweeteners do y'all offer out there that you have for people to add?
Well, we have stevia.
Perfect. I love it. All right. Thanks, Jeff. I
Okay.
look forward to seeing you out there.
All right, I really appreciate it.
Like I said, this isn't a full rundown of all vendors at Jazz Fest that are part of our Eat Fit hidden menu, but you can see all of those details on the Eat Fit smartphone app. You can see what beverages, what are the other things, and then you can see, again, the full nutrition facts of that. So the deal is you'll download the Eat Fit app. You'll just go to your app store, type in Eat Fit. It's going to be an all orange icon that has the little white logo on top of it. So it's only an orange and white logo. Make sure you're in the right place. Eat Fit's all you got to type in. You'll see the Eat Fit app. Open it up. If you don't feel like entering all the information for kind of personalizing it to your specific needs, you can always sign in as a guest user and it'll get you straight into the app. You'll see the sliding graphics at the top. So as this podcast is dropping, which is the Thursday of French Quarter Fest, you're going to see French Quarter Fest as that sliding graphic. You'll click on it. It'll take you to that special build out section for French Quarter Fest. Then starting Monday morning, which is Monday, April 25th, which will be the Monday right before Jazz Fest, that's going to switch over and you'll see the Jazz Fest sliding graphic. You'll click on that and you'll see the Eat Fit hidden menu at Jazz Fest and all the details, what we talked about, plus more. So really the bottom line is, when it comes to festivals, 100%, they're once a year. It's sort of like a holiday. That one festival, if they've got that dish that you kind of look forward to all year long, and in this case, you've been looking forward to it for multiple years as we've been out of commission with with the festivals because of COVID, then yeah, we want to get in there. We want to have it. We want to enjoy it. I would say though, if you've got multiple dishes like that, definitely go in, split them with friends and just, have it, savor it. But, kind of, if it's a big dish and also you want multiples like that, be generous, spread it out with the people that you're there with. And then also take a look at these Eat Fit dishes because some of them may really call out to you. They may be really appetizing to you, surprisingly, and they're also nutritious and nourishing for you to help fuel and energize you throughout festival season. So I can't wait to hear what you think about the different Eat Fit options out at French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest. And even if you're listening and you're in different spaces, different areas that these aren't the festivals near you, the same concepts can still apply. Still everything that we talked about can still apply. And looking ahead at those menus, seeing what those options are, I'm going to add the link to download the Eat Fit app in the show notes of this episode. It's available for Android and through Apple Play. So I'll put both of those links there. And always, I'd love to hear what you think. You can always reach out to me through my website, mollykimball.com. And you've been listening to Fueled Wellness and Nutrition, the podcast. If you'd like more Fueled Wellness and Nutrition, head over to mollykimball.com and you can follow me, Molly Kimball RD, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you haven't yet, please go to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join us next week for another dose of Fueled Wellness and Nutrition. Thanks for listening and stay focused on living your strongest, healthiest life.